Sorry for breathing. There's a lot on my mind. My experience making Big Shot with Lyrics, Deltarune Chapter 2 cover, Arekkusu TM edition. We need to talk about this video, everything that went into making this video, everything I've went through. We're going to talk about it all here. And I will listen to the song myself. I'll blast it on the TV. Got to make sure my TV's at a good volume, though. It is. Perfect volume. And all that other sort of stuff. But before that, we need to talk about the video itself, the process of it, everything, before we go into all that other sort of stuff right now. So, anyways, yep. So this is my experience making Big Shot with Lyrics. I also have the link in the description for you guys to go ahead and watch the video for yourselves. If you guys like watch the whole video in its entirety, like the whole entire music video in the description right now, go watch it, go support it, matter of fact, go hype it. Go hype it. Go hype it. Help it get into the algorithm by liking the video, you know, watching the video all the way to the end, and also help the video by, you know, go help the video by giving it hype. Anyways, back to what I was saying. So let's start from the top. Why did I want to create its Big Shot with Lyrics? Why did I want to do it? Okay. Why did I want to do it? All right. So if you look up on YouTube today, right? Let me show you why I decided to do it. When you look up Big Shot, right? Just Big Shot or Big Shot Lyrics or whatever you want to call it, right? Big Shot Lyrics, all that stuff, right? You see so many people's. Like, for example, Void, I saw your comment. I give it a 7.5 out of 10. I'll fucking take that. All right? I saw videos like Indeed, No Cura, Juno Songs. Not my video right there. But Brooklyn and Raven, you know, Clancy's version of it. Yeah, Clancy's like lyrics for the cover, you know, Pepsi's, Studio Stellar's version, Foxy VA's version, Juro's version of it, like basically man's on the internet versions of it. And I was like, dude, I want to show my love for Spampton G Spampton 2. I want to show my love for this character, so I wanted to make my own version of this song, right? And I would argue more than a month, I wanted to make a version of this song. Now, on some of my YouTube shorts, like some of my other goofier Spampton songs that you've seen on my channel, which most of them are shorts, if not all of them are shorts at this point. By the way, link description to my music video. Go check it out right now. Go support it. Go give it hype. All that other sort of stuff. Yep, this video is like a my experience video, but also a cross promotion for that video. But anyways, as I was saying, right? This video took me more than a month to create because I was going back and forth with how I wanted to treat the song. Like at first, link in the description to my actual music video of this. Go check it out right now. I see 14 people in here, so go check it out. Link in the description to go listen to my version of Big Shot. And also give me your thoughts in the comment sections of that video down below and all that other sort of stuff. Yep, cross promotion, yep. Anyways, so what I was saying is that this video took me a very long time to make, and I was spending a very long time how to even comprehend shit. Like, for example, my video, right, my other versions of Shot were like shorts, and they weren't necessarily like the whole song, right? And I remember for a long time I was satisfied with that, but a part of me always wanted, even back when those videos were made, to make a Big Shot with Lyrics, but it's the entire piece. It's the entire 2 minutes or 3 minutes, however you want to go about it, right? And I wanted to put my heart and soul into it because I know how much I love Spampton G Spampton. I know how much I love the song Big Shot, and I want to do this, but for some reason in my head, for the longest time, could not come up with lyrics, could not like come up with literally anything for the video, like. It couldn't, like, I couldn't think of anything. And I remember for a long time, I kind of effed off from the project because a big part of me was like, there's no point in trying to do this do this project when I can't even come up with lyrics, I can't even come up with anything. I might as well stay satisfied with those short videos. And then I think I saw, like, Indeed No Kira's version of Big Shot, like, Big Shot Deltarune Chapter 2 cover video. And he was inspired by Brooklyn. Also, Brooklyn also inspired me to make mine as well. Basically, every Deltarune YouTuber, music guy that's done a song about Spamton Under the Sun has inspired me, right? But I remember I saw Indeed No Kira's local verse or video about Spamton G. Spamton, his Big Shot video. And I was like, man, there are so many people making Big Shot with lyric videos all the time. And I want a piece of that pie. I want a piece of that, you know? I want to make, because I love Spamton so much too. You guys seen my voiceovers of him? They get hundreds upon hundreds of views, maybe even then thousands of views. So people know my Spamton voice now. My Spamton voice is out there for people to, for people to love. And I was like, you know what? I think it's about that time I actually take this seriously and make a full dedicated song to Spamton G. Spamton, right? And I remember for days on end, I was listening to Big Shot, like on repeat, rinse and repeat, like the whole piece with no lyrics, all that stuff. Because keep in mind, right, I don't have like fancy editing. I don't have like super friends that can help me out with lyrical bits and all that other sort of stuff. I have none of those things. All I have is my own brain and my own thought process on this whole piece, right? And for a while, I still couldn't think of anything, right? And I'd just be stuck, right? So basically, at first, what I would do is I would basically make versions, like the entire 2 minutes singing my lungs out, right? For days on end, just singing the entire piece in one shot, right? And I would send those versions to Renee and Lupit because, you know, I didn't want too many people to know, like, what my song was about or whatever, right? So I sent, like, Louie and Chris multiple different unlisted videos, like, versions that are probably not even up on YouTube anymore. They aren't. But, of my Big Shot with lyrics, right? And I wanted to get their opinions, right, on the project. And I got their opinions, you know, they said it was good. The version that's up on YouTube, they did not see. They did not see that version whatsoever, right? But they saw versions where I would do it all in one take without taking like some sort of breathing break, without some sort of shit, all that other sort of stuff. And it wasn't doing good on my throat. It wasn't doing good on anything that was basically me. Because doing Spamton G. Spamton, like, really, it doesn't hurt my voice, but it only hurts my voice when I do it for, like, extremely long periods of time. Especially this voice for Spamton. You know? Like, that version where he gets all crickety, crickety, crickety. All that shit, right? That shit hurts my voice, especially for doing it for long periods. And I was doing that version mixed in with this version that you hear right now. I'm Spamton G. Spamton, and I'm here to peek in this bitch! Like, if I do it for short bursts and all that other sort of stuff, I'm fine. But doing that voice for extremely long periods of time, especially in the entirety of 2 minutes, 24/7, 2 minutes, right? Really hurted my voice. And I remember it took me so long, but Louis was saying they were good takes, Ronnie was saying they were good takes, and for some reason in my head, I wasn't believing them. And on top of that, the takes that I constantly kept on doing over and over and over again on PlayStation, I was spending days sitting here, like hours upon hours a day, like trying to come up with something that fits, trying to come up with something that fits within the bounds of the song, trying to make sure my voice doesn't give out throughout that entirety of the 2 minutes, and trying to think of lyrics on the fly. Because, as you guys know, most of my music videos that I've ever made, or music parodies, or whatever you want to call them, I've done each and every single one of them on the fly. There's not a single one of them where I haven't just freeballed it, and just went with the beat, and rhymed with something, and said something funny, and all that other sort of stuff. You know? That's how I've always done my music. That's how I've always done my stuff, because I always like thinking of little fun, goofy jingles and all that other sort of stuff. But this was serious. This was bigger than me. Hyperpunk Game Boy from Oland, link in the description. Go check out my song all the way through and come back. Come back to this video. Waluigi Brinkster, same with you, bro. Link in the description. Go check out my music video. Watch it in its entirety. I would appreciate that. And maybe go give it some hype so we can get that shit in the algorithm. I just posted a regular video for the first time in a month. Check that out. Anyways, as I was saying, and also give me your thoughts on that song, please. Like your honest to God thoughts. I don't care if you say it's awful. I don't care if you say any, like, just good or bad. Please go check that out. Check that out. Seriously, it means the world to me if you check that out. Anyways, and maybe give a comment on all that other sort of stuff. And make sure you leave a comment on that video down below. Let me know your opinion / your thoughts on it, so I can get that proper feedback. I would really appreciate that. Anyways, I checked it out. It's really good to watch. Thanks. I appreciate that, Tim. Anyways, seriously, thank you. But back to what I was saying, right? So I kept going to Louis and Chris with takes and spending days and days and days and days going in and out, using my spammed voice to the best of its ability, 24/7, just screaming into my mic / headphones I used to have, like all day about coming up with lyrics and all that other sort of stuff. And if shit felt really bad, I would be really bad. And this song would be in my mind. Even after I was done and Louis got to be on the PlayStation and shit, I was on that bed over there, like the bed you see barely in the frame of me, for hours thinking of something and something and something. I would stay up late sometimes trying to think of a verse, trying to think of something, right? Just trying to think of something, and I could not think of shit. For the life of me, I couldn't think of shit. And I remember this would go into days of doing this over and over again, waking up in the morning, getting on Deltarune Chapter 2. And by the way, I used my own game footage for that Deltarune footage. So every single time I needed to do a retake, I had to reboot up Chapter 2 in its entirety and re-go into the boss all the time, reread the same text, the same dialogue, and then restart the song from scratch. I would go into the base game of Deltarune, like I have a different file for the secret boss that didn't do it on my main file, and basically I would have to reboot it up each and every single time I fucked up, like a take or a line or something. I would have to go in there and redo it all the goddamn time, and it would piss me off each and every single time, and I would get progressively more and more pissed, to the point that I'd be fuming about this shit. And Louis was getting pissed at this shit too, because Louis's like, dude, I want to be on the PlayStation. I want Alan to be done with this so I can be on the PlayStation so we can move on from this. And I remember even a couple days back, I wanted to just, I wanted to, just fucking upload the version I had, which was way shittier. But a part of me decided to go back anyway and try to think of something better. I mean, it got so bad to the point where I was just like, I don't think, and throughout like the process of that entire music video, there were so many times where I just thought I couldn't do this. Like, I remember for the longest time too, during the whole video making process, I was stuck around the 12, 10, 13 second mark because I couldn't think of anything to say or even have myself overlap that little bit. Until one magical night, right, where I came up with that iconic verse, right? I think it's in one of my books. Right here, right? One day, right, one morning, I woke up at 3 to 4 in the morning, right? And basically, I started listening to the Spamford song like I usually would. And by the way, again, link in the description. Please go check out my music video and watch it all the way to the end. I also redubbed stuff too on top of that. We will talk about that. Have you ever thought about ranking? I already did that in my Deltarune tier list that I made. Go check that out if you want to see that. I rated every single Deltarune track from chapters 1 to 4 already. Anyways, so I woke up one morning. I think it was 2 to 3 in the morning. My dad was about ready to go to work. And I just popped up out of bed. And I said, I gotta write for this shit. Because I realized that I can't just freeball the entire thing. I need something written. Keep in mind, right, I'm lyrically inept as fuck, alright? I do not write lyrics. I don't even write scripts for my videos, alright? I don't write scripts. I don't write musical pieces, like how musical pieces should be. I don't do any of that, all right? I'm not that type of guy, obviously, right? But for someone like me that's lyrically inept as fuck, I somehow came up with the first part of this. And after that, everything else was kind of like, well, I wrote 2 pieces. But anyways, let me tell you the piece, right? So I wrote this down, right? And just think of the Spamford song that right? So I said, this is one cruel joke. This life can't be real. Chris, I need your soul to see past the dark, to see past my strings. I can't live like this. Please accept this deal so my pain can stop, right? And that was the first part of the lyric, right? And after that point in time, I had literally like nothing on this song after that point, right? And that was just to the 10 to 13 second mark. This beginning part, this line right here, right? Everything I just said just now, right? That was in the beginning portion of that. And I remember when I came up with that, I thought that part was genius. But then what I thought up was, how the fuck am I going to do the rest of it, right? And I remember for an extremely long time, right? I remember I was trying to ask Louis for help, and Louis was trying to listen to this bit, like trying to help me listen to this song and all this other sort of stuff and give me his feedback on this verse and all this other sort of stuff. And it was going like, not in one ear, out the other for him, but it was such a process. And since Louis is not experienced in this, you know, he couldn't really help me all that much, right? And like he tried his best. He did try his best, but it wasn't like very much, right? And I don't think when Ronnie helped me, it didn't mean, I mean, it meant something when they were saying what they said, but keep in mind, right, when you know somebody for a really long time, you tend to have a bias towards them, right, that people that don't know them won't have. You know what I'm saying? So whenever Louis and Ronnie were saying my music video was a 10 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10 or something, I wouldn't believe them because it doesn't seem realistic to me. It doesn't seem like they're not being blunt with me. They're not telling me the truth. They're just giving me bullshit. So, not complete bullshit, but it felt like that in the moment, right? Lucas, go check out my music video in the description. Go check this out, right? Go check out my music video, right? So anyways, back to what I was saying. Is this a homosexual show? No, this is not. This is my review over the song I just made earlier today that I just posted. Why don't you check that out? Anyways, as I was saying, right, about that vid, I decided, I think after a while before I came up with the second verse, like truly, what I decided to do was I was like, you know what? I need an outside perspective on this. So what I decided to do was I went and called with Void. And I asked Void for help. Right? And a part of me was like, Void, I need your help with this. Because I felt like Void had a more outside perspective. And I also showed Void some of my different versions / different takes of the Spampton song, right? Because I was like, you know what? I kind of want a more outside perspective on it, right? And Void was, you know, giving me his honest critiques. He actually tried to provide lyrics. I think it was more than what Louis and Ronnie did, you know? More than what they did, I'm gonna be honest. And when he told me, like, he tried to help me with lyrics, right? I actually really appreciated this because it helped me give me a better perspective. And Void also, like, was telling me, too, as well, like, dude, this is better than what I thought. Because, honestly, I thought this was going to be a lot worse than what it was. This is actually a lot better than what it was. And after we talked for, like, a long period of time about the song going back and forth, him giving me lyrics and all this other sort of stuff and whatever, you know, like, whatever, or not whatever, but after all that, right, it kind of gave me the confidence to kind of just continue doing what I was doing, kind of like push through with this song in every sense of the word, right? And honestly, I felt, you know, extremely happy just to kind of continue moving on with this piece. And then there was one more piece of advice, right? Obviously the lyrics that Void gave me, like, I couldn't use, but it was something, right, that I could maybe backtrack on a little bit. And I even tried to fit what Void put in our DMs to put into the song, but I just could not find a way with how my song was going. I couldn't find a way to put what Void's input was into the piece itself. So I had to come up with something, right? But one thing Void did really help me out with, other than giving me ideas, giving me a little bit more confidence into this song, by the way, song in description, was split it up into parts. I remember when Void told me that opened a floodgate of possibilities for me. Because keep in mind, the first verse I sang here was not freeballed. I came up with this all on my own, right? Just one night, came up with all of that on my own. I know my writing is something else, but that is something I've come up with by myself, right? And I'm proud of that part. But again, after Void told me split it up, because he said that first part that you did, this is really, really good. Keep this, right? Now, we need to move on after 13 seconds, find something else from that point, find something in the middle point, and then repeat that last verse, that first verse you had in your head, right? And I remember when he said that, I think what I'd spent the next couple of days doing was trying my best to come up with stuff, right? And basically, for a long period of time, which I think we might have to go to the lyric video now, right? Is after that point, I remember, what the fuck, man? I'm tired of all this fucking garbage shit. Okay, but anyways, let's go to our video. Let's go to our Big Shot with Lyrics video, okay? Here, let me pull it up. We're going to pause a lot, too, in between. I kind of want to talk about the thumbnail and all that other sort of stuff. So, we're going to take a break from talking about this for a second. And I kind of want to show you my thumbnail for the video. So, my thumbnail for the music video itself, right? Here, let me show y'all, right? Here, it has 19 views in an hour. That's fine, right? As you can see, Big Shot with Lyrics, you know, Deltarune Chapter 2 cover. This thumbnail was custom made, right? I basically, in the background, I had like the Spampton background from the boss fight in the background, which you don't really see much of. You kind of just see my drawing that I did of Spampton, right? Now, what I did is I actually drew my own Spampton right here. I drew them all out. It's the same one from the thumbnail right here. Or actually, no, it's actually a little different. I actually have a drawing version. Let me try to find that really quick. Basically, I was going to use this Spampton. Funny enough, I was going to use this one for a part of the lyric, but a part of me said, no, I'm going to go against it, and I'm going to do it in a different way somehow, some other way. Here, I have the actual drawing piece from the thumbnail right here. What I did is I decided to draw the entire piece. And I did add on to it later on. But basically, this was my drawing of Spampton that I did. And what I did is I went into YouTube, like, transparent imagery, like background image. And I basically cut out, like, the best I could of all the white lines and all that other sort of stuff from my drawing here. And plastered it into a thumbnail. Because I was like, you know what? Everybody's Big Shot with Lyrics has like a unique thumbnail, right? And basically the unique thumbnail of this one is just going to be my fucking drawing of Spampton. Why the hell not, right? As the thumbnail. Because I said, fuck it, let's go ahead and do it. Anyways. So I said that as my thumbnail. So I'm going to click on the video. There's probably going to be an ad, so I'm probably going to wait on the ad, right? So we're going to go into the lyrical bit. We're going to go into the song now a little bit, and all that other sort of stuff. We might skip the disclaimer so I can get right into the song. But anyways. Hey, Nick, welcome. Hey, bro, you still being your authentic self, I see. Thank you for keeping up your truth. Hey, no problem, man. I'm always being me. Anyways, so when I made this video and the disclaimer, I'll check out the comments afterwards. I might even like my own video. I'm gonna like it. I don't give a shit. When I made this disclaimer right here, I wanted to make this part of the video because I was afraid that people were going to be like comparing it to other big shots, aka like Indeed No Kira's, Juno Songs' versions, The Man on the Internet's versions, fucking, you know, any version that's on the internet. Like, it's gonna be compared to, in some sort of way. Like, it's going to be either a bad version or a good version. Like, oh, this one has more views, therefore it's better. Or this one has blah, 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 whatever, right? So I made this disclaimer because I was afraid. I'm going to be completely honest. I was completely afraid of...
For you guys.
Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to click off the video. My bad.
I made up all the lyrics, and I know the lyrics probably won't be the best for you guys. I tried my best. Keep in mind, I don't have that much experience in the field of making music. This is the first time I really did a full thing on my own. Anyways, enjoy the voiceovers and the song.
Alright, so where did the idea of redubbing my stuff come from? So, basically, when I was done with the piece, like completely done, what I wanted to do was, if you guys remember the Megalovania with Lyrics by Brooklyn, right? I'm going to actually show you a little bit of that video, right? Let me just try to pull it up. Megalovania with Lyrics, right? Here, let me show you a little bit. So, I got inspired. Let me show you a little bit. Okay, we got an ad here from his video. Of course we did. Okay. So, as you guys can see, right, in his video, he added a little bit of a start, right? Now, his start is basically him talking, the dialogue, all that other sort of stuff, right? And he did everything here, from, like, the beginning cutscene, from the ending cutscene. And I was like, you know what? I kind of want to do the same thing. I kind of got inspired to do the same thing. And plus, also, a lot of people who were even making Big Shot with Lyrics also kind of did, like, a similar thing. Some people did, like, you know, their entire lyrical bit. Like, for example, right? Some people did their lyrical bit. What is it? Like, later on and stuff like that. And... whatever, some people did like a little bit more musically, like try to keep it more musically and try to keep that stuff out, but a big part of me wanted to like make the majority of this video like the dubs. Like I wanted to also like kind of come in, redub all these cutscenes, and have fun with it, you know? After the song was complete, I was like, you know what, let me just redub Spamton's iconic lines, you know, from this bit of the video.
I can hear them. You right, feel good.
Well, let me try to turn it up a little bit. Oh, and also, if you ever hear the little mic noise, the little mic, like, peaking and scrunching a little bit throughout my dialogue slash voice acting slash voice lines, right? That is mainly because the mic I was using, right? And stuff, which I don't have anymore because it actually broke on me, funny enough. That shit, every time I would move too much, quote unquote, and I like, when I get in character and stuff with Spamton sometimes, I like to move around a little bit. I like to move around and show, like, my expression of the character, like, through my, not only just my voice, but, like, think of it like this, right? Like, while the mic is on, pretend this little mic cord is on through the controller really quick. Let me show y'all. Because it's kind of like this, right? The headpiece thing, or this part of it anyway, is in the controller right here. Right? And pretend this is in my ear, right? Chris, I want your soul now. If you can give me your soul right now, maybe I can finally become a real boy. You know? I like moving around. I like showing the expressiveness of the character sometimes. So that's why my mic in that moment kind of sounded like it was peaking quite a bit, because sometimes like it would, and also sometimes like the jack in here would sort of move around, as you guys can see a little bit, like it would move, like even if I'm barely moving, it would move a little bit, as you can see. Probably need a new controller, but you get my point though, right? That's why the mic peaks. Anyways, let me go on through this whole video. And again, watch it for fun. Shit, watch it all. Fun. I would appreciate it if y'all watch it all a million times. Also, go to that video and give it some hype. Give it some hype, too. Give it some hype. Shit. Anyways, as I was saying, let's go back to the voiceover, right?
This power is freedom. I won't have to be just a puppet anymore. Or so I thought. What are these strings? Why am I not big enough? It's still dark. So dark. Chris. That's right, you. I need you. To be big with me. Very, very big. So big we'll stand up tall and see past the dark.
Stand up with our heads in the clouds and look at you.
So, I just need that little.
Saw you.
I was so tempted right there to do a like I did each and every single time, but I didn't this time. I wanted to kind of be more truthful to the scene.
Chris.
Yes, I know my fucking Susie and Rouse could have used a little bit of work, but think about it, man. They barely have any speaking lines in this fucking bit to begin with, so just roll with it, alright? Okay. Anyways, because I know people are pretty judgmental when it comes to Deltarune and Undertale voice acting. Anyways.
The hell was that weirdo?
Chris, we were worried about you, so...
Chris, you have
Friends,
Why don't you tell them about my...
people and special.
Today, the whole family can take a little...
Ride around town.
God, I saw this bit.
Attention customers, clean up on aisle 3. Someone left
Their souls lying around.
I have seen this part so many times of the Spamton fight, because remember, each and every single time I fucked up, this redub cutscene that y'all watching once, I had to see this hundreds of times every time I fucked up a take.
Chris, was that a
Big shot.
just now? Wow, I'm so proud of you. I could have
Killed
you.
Heaven.
Are you watching? It's time to make a very
Special.
deal. This is
Alright, before we get into the lyrics, I want to talk about why I decided to only do, like, show this portion of the fight and not its entire thing. So let me explain that. So a big part of me was debating if I wanted to do this like all of my other Spamton songs. And if you remember, each and every single one of my Spamton songs that I've ever made on YouTube have always been showing, has always been showing my paper cutouts of the characters, right? Have always been showing them. They've never shown, like, in-game cutscenes or in-game footage of what the character looks like, all that other sort of stuff. I've only shown, like, my paper cutouts of the character Spamton G. Spamton, right? That's all I've ever done, right? So I was thinking, maybe I can do something a little different. Instead of, like, trying to cram words into, like, lyrical bits while it's out on my TV and stuff, and just sing what's back to me like I usually would do, or have a plushie of the character and do the same thing. I kind of just want to use, like, the game footage, right? And I didn't want to go on YouTube at the moment and just find somebody else's footage to use. I kind of just wanted to use my own game footage since I own Deltarune my fucking self. And, you know, I kind of just want to fucking do it, you know? Like, just have my own footage. And I know I don't show, like, every other version of Big Shot. I don't show, like, the entirety of the fight. Everyone just kind of stands there in place the whole time. But anyways, as I was saying, right, I just don't want to do that the whole time. You know, I didn't want to do the actual fight while trying to sing the lyrics. That would distract me. And I've actually tried doing that in a couple takes, and it would just distract me and throw me off my game. Because trying to sing a song while playing a game simultaneously, right, you can do that, but the song is definitely not going to be that long. You know what I mean? And keep in mind, I had to go on for the first 2 whole minutes trying to do that shit over and over again. Anyways, Let's take a look, shall we? So, you guys remember the first verse, right? This was the first verse I did. Anyways.
One cool joke, this life can't be real. Chris, I need your soul.
To see past the dark, to see past my strings. I can't live like this.
Please accept this deal so my pain can stop.
And I remember after that point, right there, that's where I did my first pause, like when Void told me to do the first pause, right? And I remember I did go into CapCut, and I did my first pause, right? Because I realized, hey, I'm good at voice acting and shit, but I'm not good at translating that voice acting into singing for very long periods of times without some sort of cut. So, we needed to do some cutting. So, I remember when I went into CapCut, I cut that bit out. And to be real with you, like this next verse, the gimme your soul, I actually did write that bit too. But I wrote it, but I also freeballed it all at the same time. Because sometimes, this is something that I really like and don't like about myself, is sometimes when I write something in a book, like for example, I wrote Hocus Pocus Bocus Wocus, right? But then when I reread it and try to translate it out loud, I'll do Hocus Pocus Ecus Pocus. Like I would basically, instead of saying what I originally said, I would say something else entirely. Because, as you guys know, I'm used to freeballing shit. I'm used to improvising. So my brain is constantly trying to tell me, read the line in question. But instead of reading the line, I want to improvise it and either make it funnier or make it even better than what the original was. Because that's what I'm constantly trying to do all the goddamn time. And sometimes I wanted to strangle myself with how many times, just read the goddamn line! Just read the line! Read it! Read it! And my brain is like, but if I improvise, it can be better. No! Read the line! Okay, I'll read the line, but if it's better, will you keep it? Yes, I'll keep it. Type shit. Like, low-key, that's what's going on in my head, like, half the goddamn time. Anyways, let's continue.
Give me your soul, Chris, I really need that soul to fly high up in the sky. Chris, I need your soul.
That was improvised.
That soul right now.
The bit right here.
My pain can stop.
Give me your soul, Chris, I really need.
This line, Chris, I really need that soul to fly up high into the sky. Improvised. I made that bit way better than what it was.
That soul to fly high up in the sky. Chris, I need your soul. I need that soul right now. Please allow me to see them. I want them.
This was completely unique.
I want them to see myself.
Never wrote that down either.
I want them to see our epic battle.
And on top of that, what ended up happening, I also took, and if you keep this in mind, right, this is from a version that didn't get uploaded, this verse. I want them to see our epic battle that we're having, that we're in right on fucking now, right? That lyrical bit, that was in a completely scrapped version of, that was in a completely, what is it? Like, completely different version. Anyways.
That we're in right now. Holy fucking shit. All that shit just rhymed. Don't worry about
all that shit that just rhymed with me. Now it's time to be a big shot. Be a big shot.
Wait, no. I just want that. So you have.
I just want to be a big shot. Be a big shot.
No, wait. Don't do this to me now.
That next bit, let me tell y'all. After every other bit of the song was complete, that dun 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 dun. But I shit you not, it went from being 13 seconds into the song that I was struggling with to that middle bit right the fuck there, where I was struggling with the fucking most. I swear to God. I went from, this is the peakest bit, my favorite part of the bit, that to one of my most hated bits of this entire song in terms of the making process. Because trying to find something that will fit right there would always fucking elude me, bro. It went from 13 seconds being the bit that would elude me to this bit right here. And I remember for fucking eons, for hours, I was stuck on trying to think of something for that bit until this improvisation came in. I swear to God. And also keep in mind, what I also did too was I was looking around on the internet a little bit, screwing around, like going to the different Big Shot with Lyrics videos, right? And I was looking through their lyrical bits and trying to see if, not trying to cram the exact same line they had in there, right? But I was trying to see if I could maybe find some familiarity, some familiar ground. So what I went into, I think it was like Indeed No Cura's version, and I think he talked about flying up so high to see the gods or something. And then this came in, right? So let me show you the bit that I figured out, right? Here we go. Let's click the video again.
I'm begging you to give up. You're so high, can't fly really high in the sky to meet the gods, my friend.
Please, I'm begging you to give up. You're so I can't go see the gods. They are waiting for me, Chris. You hear them?
I came up with all that, like, I think it was on the fly. Like, it was a mix of what I wanted to say, but then I improvised it to make it even better than the actual piece itself that I actually wrote down in my notes. And after I said that bit, I'm fucking done. That's the best bit. I remember too, specifically remember what ended up happening, right? Is I said, dude, I'm fucking done. I'm dropping this mic. I'm dropping this fucking controller. That is the best I'm ever getting for that middle part. There is not a single goddamn thing I can think of that could be better than what you just heard. At least for me, in terms of my lyrical bit that goes with the song that I'm trying to sing in that bit. I swear to fucking God, I literally dropped the control like this. Done. I'm done. I'm walking out of here. I spent hours on that fucking line. Let me go take a motherfucking shower because I'm done with this shit. Like, dude, oh my fuck. Finally, the rest can go. Finally, the song can fucking continue. Ah! Like, I was low-key just in my head like, finally, fuck! I can sing the rest of this shit because I know something that could go with the rest of this. Fuck! Finally, that bit is over. Finally, that bit is goddamn over! I hated that bit for my life. I couldn't stand the sight of that shit. But Spammy never loses, never quits! But anyways, as I was saying, let's go ahead and continue this. Jesus Christ, sorry for the little aneurysm. It's just that goddamn...
Allow me to be free from these strings I'm on now. I need to be free from these. If I'm not free by these, I'm going to have a bed. Chris, give me your soul right now. I just need your soul to be free.
I just need that soul to be free now.
And by the way, I did the rest of this all in a single take.
So give it here right now. So put it on the disc on the left, right. Need to
Free from this damn bed.
so allow me to be free.
Just this once, Chris, please, please, please. This is one cruel joke. This life can't be real. Chris, I need your soul to see past the dark, to see past my strings. I can't live like this. Please accept this deal so my pain can stop. I really want my pain to end right here and now. But you keep going with my pain. But this. You keep going with...
I want to go back to that bit. That was probably the one bit I arguably fucked up on this. Because I wanted to go, but you keep going with my pain, right? But I actually had a legit vocal, like this is not a joke. I legit had a vocal error in the middle of my words, just like Spampton would, and I put this at this, just so I can quickly fit something in. Because I almost went into fucked up mode. And keep in mind, right, when I fuck up on something, I will call it out. I will basically be like, this whole song is fucked. I gotta scrap this whole thing. But I said, nope, my brain said, my pain, this. Because it felt like it just had an error and it would fit better. And you guys know Spampton has an error with his fucking voice lines all the goddamn time. So it just fit perfectly.
With my pain, but this. You keep going with all this fucking shit. So just allow me to be free. I just want to be free in this motherfucking damn bitch.
Wait!
Beep.
The presses!
My
I laughed my ass off of that friendship bit.
Moreover, cut that wire and make me a real boy. Are you watching Heaven? It's time for Spamton's comeback special. And this time I live for myself. No, myself and my friends. Here I go. Watch me fly, mama. Oh, shit. Mike, what? It seems after all, I couldn't be anything more than a simple puppet that made
I actually did a massive cut there. So what I want to talk about, right, is when Spamton falls, like, you actually, like, what is it? Here, let me show my face. So when Spamton falls, right, it actually shows him, like, down, showing his lifeless body, right, for way longer than a couple of seconds that I showed, right? Because I only showed it for, like, 3-4 seconds, right? That scene is supposed to go on for, like, 3-4 minutes, I think, straight, with just him being lying there afterwards. Or maybe a minute or two, like, just lying there. And I was like, hey, look, I ain't gonna lie, this video is already getting quite long, so I'm gonna chop that bit up, and we're gonna go right to where Spamton, like, says his final bit instead. How about that? Funny enough, with that It's a Real Boy segment, I actually did have a song for it, and then this bit, I wanted to kind of be like, what is it, Brooklyn, and have a song for the ending cutscene, and have a song for It's the Real Boy bit. But I decided against it because I kind of want to make it a little different from theirs. I don't want to just straight up copy, like, their style completely, you know what I mean? I want to do my own thing, and this was kind of it. Like, basically, and I know 90% of this video is dubbing, like 90% of this 60-minute video, or 6-minute video, is, like, full of dubbing and all that, but I kind of wanted to make it be different, like, have a voice thing, but also have a song at the same time, you know? Just to make it be a little bit cooler. But anyways, let me continue on.
song. But you three, you're strong enough to endure this video to the end. That's impressive. With a power like that, maybe you three can break your own strings. Let me become your strength. Good. Bye.
Oh God,
Hello,
Spamton, no, bro, I don't want.
Don't you want to eat a Big Mac?
I don't want that beef.
Come
No,
here,
please
bitch.
stop, please.
Pippus, motherfucker. Sorry, bitch. That's gonna be at the end of my video.
So I added that Roblox bit because I thought it would be funny just to have a little Roblox bit. I was talking with Chris, and I was like, you know what? Because I kind of thought about the ending of this video, and I'm like, I kind of don't want to just ending on Spamton saying goodbye, and, you know, it being fucking, and this was another thing I kind of borrowed from Brooklyn, right? Because Brooklyn also makes a lot of his songs at the ending of them a little funny, so there's something to laugh at the end of the song, right? And I kind of wanted to have something to also laugh at, you know, at the end of the bit, which was, you know, that bit where Spamton says, hello, Alan, do you want a Big Mac? Come here, bitch. Pippus, motherfucker. And by the way, there's also history with that Pippus, motherfucker line that I said. Ronnie always wanted that in a video. He's always wanted Pippus, motherfucker in a video. And I was like, you know what? I can't fit that into the lyrical bit because I'm already done with everything I said. Why don't I say that at the end just for him and just for, like, extra laughs, you know, at the end of the song. And that's the whole video. And we laughed about it, and that's it. That's the entire music video that I made. From beginning, middle, and end. And honestly, I couldn't be happier with my music video, you know? I really couldn't be happier with it. I spent so long trying to make something like this, you know? I really did. I spent more than a couple of months making this, you know? Like, on and off the project. I've been spending multiple months. My bad. I didn't mean to blast y'all with my own audio from my own stream, but I spent that long making this baby. Damn it! Why won't the TV work? My TV does not work 90% of the time. Let me tell y'all about that. But I spent so long making this, and I couldn't think of a better way to end it. I couldn't think of a better way to make it. And I kept pushing because there were so many times where I wanted to delete this project, forget it. I even had a voting poll wanting me to, because I asked the viewers, because I was like, hey guys, making Spampton, Big Shot with Lyrics really means something to me. What do you guys think I should do with the project? A lot of you guys wanted me to forget about it and move on, but a big part of me didn't want to do that anyway. You know, like, I wanted to be like, no, the fans are wrong. What I want to do is right, you know, type shit. I don't want to give up on this project. And I wanted to give up multiple times throughout the entire process, but I kept pushing and pushing and pushing, and other people also helped me kept pushing and pushing this project out too. Like, you know, again, like Ronnie, Louie, like, kind of wanted me to push this out there, show the world this project and stuff. Void wanted me to show this project, or, you know, the version I showed out, which he didn't really get to see until he watched it. It's just, I'm just happy, okay? I'm really happy with this product, and it took me a while to edit too. Keep this in mind, right? It took me a while to edit that bitch, because keep in mind, I had to manually go into that video too. Remember this, folks. Every single time I make a lyrical video, I have to watch the video 1,000 times over, hear what I said, and translate that into a lyrical bit. So I was there for over a couple hours just fucking hearing everything on top of that. Not only trying to get the lyrical bit, which took me hours upon hours to do, and days upon days, and weeks upon weeks to fucking figure out, but also editing the bitch and figuring out everything also took a long time. Arguably, I would say even the thumbnail took me a minute, because I wanted to draw and color Spampton in and do all that other sort of stuff and all that other mumbo jumbo for the video and shit. So there's a lot in my head right now about this music video that I have on my mind about it, like how good it is, how bad it is, what I could change. And I know there's probably going to be some people later on that are going to be like, can I be in the next one, you know, somehow, some way? I don't know. I don't even know what my next one should be if I decide to do this shit again. I mean, part of me wants to do Sans, but holy fuck, his lyrical thing is way out of my reach. And honestly, I would argue Big Shot was out of my range, but somehow I managed to do that by constantly pushing 24/7 and coming up with something on my own, at least most of it on my own and shit. And maybe one day I'll do it with some other things that aren't even Undertale or Deltarune. Maybe I'll do something for something from the Mario series that I really like, or something. I don't know. I gotta figure all that shit out. But for now, I want to take a massive break. This video has stressed me the fuck out to no end. Like, with literally no end in sight for days upon weeks on end. And now that it's finally out, can that video go up to 100 views plus? Can we fucking get that video up right now? Honestly, I just want to take a break from using my voice. My vocals are actually starting to hurt me right now because of how much I'm talking about this. But I just want to fucking... Can we get that video to 100 plus views? Can we get it there today, bare minimum? I know I'm asking a lot, but can you share that with your grandmas, your moms, your dads, you know, get them up to speed on fucking Undertale, Deltarune, show them that piece, and then tell them to let me know down below in the comments about that piece. Like, this fucking video took me a long time to make, and I would really appreciate it if everybody went over there, viewed it, liked it, watched it all the way to the end. Don't just skip to the song part. I know most people are probably going to do that, but just don't skip the bits of the song. Watch it all the way through so YouTube can see that, hey, people are actually liking this video. We're going to promote it more. So please, with everything in your beings, please go over there, watch it, like it, enjoy it, comment something nice or mean. I don't care. Just give it the love that it deserves, because I spent way too much fucking time on that video, and I'm glad it's finally done. It's not in my head anymore. It's not bothering me, because keep in mind, guys, this shit would also bother the fuck out of me too if I wasn't doing the project and all that other sort of shit. And now that it's out, holy fuck, I can move on and live life like I usually would and whatnot, so on and so forth. But anyways, thank you guys so much for listening to me, for listening to the process of how my version of Big Shot with Lyrics Deltarune Chapter 2 cover Arekkusu TM edition was even made. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share the video with your friends. And I'll see you guys next time in maybe a couple of hours. I don't know when I want to stream next. Maybe another Sans fight or something, or maybe some Plants vs. Zombies, just something. But I'm going to make sure it's hours later after my vocals kind of recover, and maybe I just go do whatever the fuck I want to do else, you know. I don't know. But until next time, guys, go watch that video. Go support that video. Go share with friends, family, friends outside of this. I would greatly appreciate that. Anyways, until next time, brothers and sisters, I'll see you all in the next video. Peace. I know I sound like Corey fucking Kenshin. I apologize. I'll stop sounding like him. Anyways, peace.